Social Security is in trouble, and its problems will only get worse.
Social Security is neither Democrat or Republican. It's American.
Well, yeah, but is it broke? I mean, that's the question. The House Ways and Means Subcommittee on Social Security holding a hearing this afternoon revealing that the program will be forced to dip into its reserves this year. Here now is a lawmaker on that committee, Republican Congressman Tom Rice from South Carolina. So is it broke?
No, it's not broke. The fund has had a surplus for decades, and it's going into a trust fund, and we're going to start dipping into that trust fund. The projections are the trust fund will expire in 2034 under current assumptions. But, you know, this report they came out with today was actually, there was a lot of good news in it. You know, they were projecting. They were projecting before this year that the disability insurance portion of Social Security would be broke in 2028. Now they've moved that to 2032, and they've done it because actual economics, the growth in the GDP, is outpacing forecast. And the Social Security Administration is assuming a 2.4% growth over the next 10 years. If we can outperform that, all these problems become easier to solve.
Well, we hear that a lot from members of the Trump administration, that growth can solve a lot of problems. This is one of those examples. Of course, there's also an attempt to crack down on a lot of the fraud that's taken place in those disability programs, right?
Yeah, I mean, and also the number of people applying for disability peaked about 3 years ago, and it's declining. It's declined from about 9 million active claims to about 8.5 million active claims right now, and it's continuing to decline. We've got 6 million open jobs. I mean, due to the regulatory reduction the Trump administration has put in, and Congress through the Congressional Review Act, due to the Tax Reform Act, which my friends on the other side of the aisle called Armageddon, and I call it unbelievable, that, you know, we've had this tremendous response to the Tax Cuts Act. Right.
No, it's been tremendously successful.
Jobs available.
But I want to get back to Social Security because I'm very happy to hear the good news, but there's some basic bad news about it. Most Americans are aware of it. There is at the heart of what was promised to us is a fraud. And that fraud is that your tax money, the money that you put in every week that goes into Social Security, is put in this lockbox. You actually had politicians talk about it. Nobody touches that lockbox. It's there for you when you retire. It's assured to be there. Well, we all know, Congressman, the dirty little secret inside the Beltway is that politicians have been putting their hands in that lockbox and putting IOUs in to replace my money that's gone in there. I mean, that's the fraud that gets under the skin of a lot of Americans.
That is absolutely true. Beginning with the Johnson administration in the 60s, they began to take the trust fund monies and use them to offset deficits in our general fund account, but they put IOUs in and they pay interest on those IOUs at higher than they pay on the 10-year Treasury note. They can borrow money.
By the way, this is pretty much what Bernie Madoff was doing, and the guy hopefully will spend the rest of his life in jail for doing that. But I mean, on the outside of the government, this would be criminal behavior.
As I said, they're paying interest on those things, and yeah, I wish that I had been there in the 60s to vote against this plan, but that's what's been done. The expiration date of 2034 accounts for all those monies being repaid in full with interest.
No. So let's hope. A lot of young people think that they're more likely to see an alien in their lifetime than ever see a Social Security check. The crew here is nodding.
I agree with them. All right, I agree with them till I was 50 years old. I didn't think I'd get Social Security, but you know what? Yeah. We will make this promise golden for our seniors. We will make this work. And you know what's going to have to happen?
Right.
What's going to have to happen is the cap on the payroll tax is going to have to be raised. The date at which the age qualification is going to have to be raised. The COLA is going to have to be adjusted a little bit, change CPI. If you do those three things, you can balance it for 75 years.
In other words, take more out of the private sector to pay for the mistakes that were made in the public sector. Very quickly, Medicare. It's a $700 billion program. It's kind of a part of the whole retirement system we have that the government's involved in. 10% of that, and that's an easy estimate, 10% of that is fraud and waste. That's $70 billion a year. Can't we do something about that?
Well, the Medicare system is much harder to fix than Social Security because health care costs continue to spiral. I mean, Paul Ryan is the only one I know of who has come up with a mechanism to actually fix Medicare, and that is premium support. Let private insurance companies bid to provide Medicare coverage. If you don't get control of health insurance costs, Medicare is going to be a much more difficult problem to solve.
And of course, you try to get the private sector in, and you know that you're going to hear screams saying, oh, you're trying to kill Medicare, but frankly, it's dying on its own.
There are absolutely people up here who believe government is the best solution to everything. I believe smaller government, lower taxes, less regulation is the way in the future. Unfortunately, not everybody up here believes that.
You got a lot on your plate, Congressman. Good luck to you. Thank you for being here.
There are a lot of good things happening, though, my friend. We're working on immigration. We're working on trade. There's a lot of good things happening.
Congressman, thank you very much. Have a great summer. Appreciate you being here.
All righty.